Today, I want to show you how fermentation can bring your food and your palate to places they've never been before. We're going to do that with a bag of cranberries. So if you're like me, you may think, what do you even do with cranberries besides making cranberry sauce like once a year for Thanksgiving? And that's exactly the reason why I wanted to lacto ferment these cranberries to see what we can make out of them. So I've done lacto fermentation videos on the channel before, but if any of you are new, the basics of lacto fermentation are turning glucose molecules in our fruit or vegetable into lactic acid, or at its most simplest, turning sweet into sour. We do that by creating a salty environment and an anaerobic one without air to ward off any bad microbes or bacteria and let the lactic acid bacteria thrive. Personally, I follow the Noma guide to lacto fermentation, which is as simple as weigh your ingredient, add 2% salt by weight, and wait until it's done. Sounds pretty easy, right? Let's ferment. As just discussed, it's as simple as weighing out your cranberries in a scale and then adding 2% salt. So for around 340 grams of cranberries, I need around 7 grams of salt for 2%. You can go higher if you want to, but do not go below the 2% threshold. Now I'm going to be using the vacuum sealing method. It makes it super easy, but this can also be done in a jar with an airlock lid. Just check out my other video on this. Basically, all I'm going to do is just roughly mix up the salt and the cranberries, and then we're going to vacuum seal these together. I like to just mark what day I made these, and then we're gonna leave these in a dark place at room temperature, cabinet, cupboard, anything like that is fine. And then we're gonna let that fermentation begin to occur. So I let my cranberries ferment for 8 days, and you notice that we lost the vacuum seal in the bag, and that is because during fermentation gases are produced, so this is a good sign. This one wasn't super active. If you did have your bag completely inflated, you would want to kind of burp it, just cut a little corner off and make sure you're letting it out and then reseal it. So all that salt has been dissolved and we've got these really nice cranberries. They've got this nice extra sour component, but they're not quite as pungent as when they are raw and you just eat them straight up. They've got this really nice kind of quality to them. So to store these, just put them into a container. I like to strain off the juice from the berries. We'll actually use the juice later in this video. The fridge really slows down the rate of fermentation, but after 7 to 10 days, if they start to change taste a little bit, I would go ahead and freeze them, and then you could use them as an ingredient later on. But let's talk about some recipes. First up is kind of this herby cranberry relish. And basically what I did is just weigh out 50 grams of our lacto fermented cranberries and then just really chop these up fine until they're almost like this jammy paste-like consistency. To that, I added 2 grams of fresh thyme and 2 grams of fresh parsley. Next up is 1 small clove of garlic, just about 5 grams worth. And then to top this off, I'm gonna add in some olive oil to kind of make this mixture cohesive, and then finish that off with just a little bit of salt and pepper. And then you've got this really nice cranberry relish, could be great on roasted vegetables or steak or things of that nature. Now it's time for a simple vinaigrette using that lacto cranberry liquid. And this liquid is basically my vinegar for a classic vinaigrette. And basically you're just gonna toss in a little bit of salt and dissolve that into the cranberry liquid. Then you're gonna come in with the oil. Emulsify the two together to create your nice vinaigrette. And you want this consistency that is gonna stick onto the back of the spoon, and it really is this kind of interesting pink color. Now that you've got that base vinaigrette, you can really add whatever you want to. I threw in some black pepper and some toasted walnuts, but you could try different herbs and things of that nature. And then you've got this great vinaigrette that can just be drizzled over greens and topped with a little bit of Parmesan. Lastly, I thought, why not try a smoothie? And I'm not a big smoothie guy, but I just topped in some frozen bananas, about another 30 to 40 grams of these lacto fermented cranberries, nice couple scoops of vanilla Greek yogurt, and then squeezing in some fresh orange juice and just giving that a blend. And I gotta say, I know this straight up looks like Pepto-Bismol, but this was actually really, really good. I literally just drank this thing in like 30 seconds with how good it was. So yeah, messing around with fermentations is really, really a lot of fun. Like that smoothie, never would have thought to mix around those things in a million years. I mean, I'm not even a big smoothie guy, and I tell you what, I will definitely be making that smoothie the rest of this week. Got plenty of more cranberries to go. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this gave you some ideas on what you can try once you actually ferment a fruit or vegetable. But that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please drop me a like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.